Hi, spots and cheap pops! Ladies and gentlemen, it is Silicon Steve Valley with my man, Lottie Dottie. And finally, we're going to do Tag Team of the Year.
All right. It better not be the Bucks, man, because if they name the Bucks, that's...
Well, it's not. Lottie Dottie, this is not about what you think it should be. This is about what you think the Wrestling Observer News faithful...
Okay.
Which is essentially just Meltzer's minions, Meltzer's brain, all at work on the internet.
All right. It can't be the Bucks because of just what they did this last year.
Because they were by and large very uninteresting every time they were on television.
Mainly because of that. But off of the whole feud of the year thing between FTR and the Briscoes, I'm gonna have some faith. I'm gonna say FTR.
And FTR gets the victory. So
there we go.
So Lottie Dottie, as we were talking about FTR winning the Tag Team of the Year, that caused a little controversy. Dax Harwood, who said he wasn't upset, but ladies and gentlemen, he just can't help getting his feelings out without really coming over out and telling you. So Dax Harwood went to Twitter today, went to Twitter after the Wrestling Observer News were announced, and he noticed something. All the AEW awards that were just cascaded down upon Tony Khan, just praise and praise and praise from Wrestling Observer News fans. And AEW was not shy about bragging about all their award winners. What first tweet AEW, and here is Dax Harwood's tweet, and I'm going to point over there. Let's point over there. We're going to point over there because we're going to show the tweets on the screen. I'm just going to edit that out probably too because that was dumb. And so this is what he tweets. He screenshot all the tweets by AEW and then tweeted them that he saw. First one he screenshot and tweeted. Congratulations to AEW World Champion the MJF on being voted Wrestling Observer News' 2022 Best on Interviews, Most Charismatic. Then, congratulations to AEW's John Moxley on being voted Wrestling Observer News 2022 Wrestler of the Year, United States and Canada MVP, and Bruiser Brody Memorial Award winner, which of course is the best brawler. AEW has been voted. They're tweeting. AEW is, look, they should be proud of all of their talent. AEW has been voted as Wrestling Observer News 2022 Promotion of the Year, Best Weekly Show, and Best Major Wrestling Show, AEW in New Japan Forbidden Door. But it's not there. It's not done there, Vladdy. Then, of course, congratulations to Bryan Danielson for winning the Bryan Danielson Award.
The fix was in there.
And he has won that award 11 times. That is amazing. And then he tweets one all by his lonesome. He had one tweet with 4 screenshots and then this other screenshot. So he's screenshotting all this, which is, if you're screenshotting all this shit, you got some issues with it. Whether he wants to admit that he's upset or at the very least annoyed, we'll tell you why in a second. And then finally he tweets, congratulations to, this is all Elite Wrestling's Twitter, of course. Congratulations to AEW owner, CEO, and GM Tony Khan on winning Best Booker Award for the 3rd consecutive year, which we will get to. Promoter of the Year for the 4th consecutive year. Aren't you supposed to make money if you're the Promoter of the Year?
Yeah, I mean, where's the profit, man?
And by the way, what's the difference in the Wrestling Observer News Award fans' mind? Not when I know Meltzer probably has a real clear distinction, but what's the difference between Promoter of the Year and Booker of the Year in their mind? Because I don't think they know the difference, quite frankly.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Actually, should be one and the same.
But there you see and he gets a nice little graphic, and they're all getting these awesome graphics. AEW sparing no expense with these graphics. You can see the tweets. But folks, AEW did not send out a congratulatory tweet about the tag team of the year, FTR. And then Uncle Dax, the origin of this is the original tweet is right here. Uncle Dax, tell me April's around the corner without telling me April's around the corner, where you see FTR and the Briscoes won feud of the year and FTR won tag team of the year.
And you know
FTR was whitewashed from AEW's history of awards of 2022. That's what happened. And Dax took to Twitter. Like, he has no fucks to give. He's put Hunter over. And I don't think honestly, if it's best for business, I don't think it's going to matter. I think FTR could go back to WWE anyway.
Yeah.
But Dax they are not staying in AEW.
There's no way, because AEW, if they thought they were staying, they would have promoted them as such. And that's totally an indication that they're leaving. But you know what? AEW and Tony Khan, their feelings are hurt. We can't go and promote the best tag team that was on our roster all last year. Forget it.
And Dax is getting a lot of heat from the Meltzer crowd because from their perspective, he's telling a different narrative. That's not, and he's not doing it in a malicious way, but he's telling a completely different narrative than Dave Meltzer. But the phenomena about FTR is that they won these awards without Tony Khan, in spite of Tony Khan not trying to make them as popular as they could be. And we've talked about it left and right. It's criminal. And it's now you have to question if Tony Khan did that to be spiteful. You really have to question that. And that's not the Tony Khan that's going to that I called out for. I know they just did over 1 million. And we're going to get into that.
That's cool of you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, really.
Yeah, and you know what? I hope FTR goes to WWE.
And they are going to.
Yeah, and I hope Triple H remains in power, and I hope we get to see the best tag team on the planet do their thing at WrestleMania against the Usos eventually and beats them. And you know what? If the Young Bucks join them there, maybe they'll be forced to actually have to wrestle FTR.
And they would not go over, and they would have no segment. And that
exactly.
might be why they don't. That might be a reason why they wouldn't go there. I think Kenny Omega's chances.
I agree.
I think Kenny Omega's chances of going there is a lot better.
If I had a bet, I agree with you on that.
Also, I don't know if, particularly Matt Jackson, I don't know if he wants to wrestle that much longer. I mean, he's pushing 40, and they always said that they didn't want to wrestle too much into their 40s. So Matt Jackson might just call it a career, and Nick Jackson stays in AEW and wrestles himself, or because Nick Jackson couldn't go anywhere and be a star anywhere other than AEW, maybe NXT, but I don't think so, because I don't think he.
There you go. If Matt Jackson retires, they're going to put Nick and Mark Briscoe together.
That would actually work. I wouldn't mind that.
There you go. Book it, Tony.
Their personalities are not much because they were both like I love Mark Briscoe's promo. I think he's funny. But then of course the wrestling Twitter exploded. Well, Dax isn't happy. They're down. Look, we knew that the probability, if you listen to Dax's podcast, he came out and said his dream matches specifically for 2023 involved Edge, Gunther, and the Usos. And nobody in AEW other than Christian, who just happened to be in a tag team with Edge in the dream match, who's an WWE product. This idea, I mean, we got to get him on the show. Look, Matt Kuhn retweeted 2 of my tweets. So
nice.
Me and him are very close now.
Hey, you guys are tight.
Yeah. And so I'm going to see if I can pull some strings and maybe we get Dax from FTR if my impersonation can get better. Well, I don't know. First of all, I'm going to do this tequila from, this was actually made from Mexicans down in Mexico. I think they're from.
There's agave in this.
Yeah, and there's no worm. Now, it's got a little sweet. I'm gonna do a moderate pour, five times. And then I'm gonna tell you what I think.
I want to do me one of them Rick Knox counts.
That's some good stuff right there. Yeah, so I'm not saying anything where we're gonna go. I'm not saying anything that because I don't know yet. Really, I kind of know where I want to go. I can't say it, but I'll tell you what. I really want to work with Triple H again. What a great guy he is. I'll tell you what, great guy. Tony Khan's one of my best friends, but fuck him.
He doesn't go and put us over even on their Twitter.
And thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. This is Silicon Steve Alley, and for Flatty Dottie, we want to thank you so much. And hit the subscribe button. Here endeth the lesson.